Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Verse coming at you with a brand new video. I've been on nothing about Arc Raiders up until this point. This is the only game I've been playing. I've been absolutely no lifing it. We just hit the wipe, and this is going to be the best settings for the new wipe. So if you guys are interested, stick to the video, and let's get right into it. So we're going to end up going to, obviously we're going to end up hitting up Arc Raiders, and we're going to be doing all of the settings. We're going through the game, we're going to be going through Windows, and we're going to be going through the drivers and NVIDIA control panel. We're going to be changing a bunch of stuff. So let's get right into it. So when you're in the main lobby, you're just going to click settings, you're going to go to graphics, and we're just going to run down all these settings. All these are personal preference, but this is what I run. I definitely have a spec'd out gaming rig, so take these settings with a grain of salt. But these are what I feel like are the best. So NVIDIA DLSS frame generation, make sure that's off. It takes a lot of resources out of your computer to be able to give you more frames, but it's AI generated. It's perceived FPS. It's not true FPS. We're gonna go to VSync off, NVIDIA Reflex, low latency. You want that on plus boost. Frame rate limit, set this to 5 or 4 if you have a 144 hertz panel underneath your max frame rate. This is just going to make sure that your game doesn't overshoot, and it'll cause screen tearing. It'll make the game look choppy. This will just make sure that that doesn't happen nearly as often. For a resolution scaling method, make sure that this is set to no AA, no anti-aliasing. I don't care what the game looks like. I don't care if it looks bougie and fancy. I don't care about that. I care just about FPS. So no AAA, make sure that the graphics card doesn't render nearly as much surroundings and other stuff, so it just gives me more FPS. Field of view, we're gonna set that to 80, give us the most information possible on our screen. NVIDIA RTX Global Illumination, you'll only have this if you have an RTX based graphic card from NVIDIA. Just make sure that's set to static. It just makes sure that it uses the least amount of resources, and it just gives you more FPS. Next, we're going to go into the quality settings. We're going to set the view distance to high, because if you set it to epic, it actually takes about a 15 to 20 FPS performance hit just in general. So if you keep it to high, you still get high FPS, but still good render distance. And then beyond that, everything else underneath that is at low as you can go. And then the in-game performance overlay, I just set that to simple. It's a really, really, really small FPS counter on the top of your screen. You cannot even see it unless you're really looking for it. Once that's done, we're going to go to the audio section, and we're just going to change a couple of things here. All of these are personal preference, but one is required is night mode. It just amplifies and makes everything louder. Just sounds better. For myself, I turn the effects volume and the music volume down. I don't really need to hear that as much. I could still hear stuff perfectly fine from very far away. Dialogue volume, I have that at 75 because I don't really need to hear other characters talking in the game. I'd rather just hear gunshots and those types of sounds. Party chat, make sure that is set within like a 50-ish% underneath your prox chat, only so that you could hear other people louder than your squad, which is way more important, in my opinion. Lastly, this is just a little bit of a extra thing. Shout out to Shroud. This is Shroud's reticle. This is Shroud settings. I have to give credit where credit's due. So if you guys want, you guys can copy all of these settings up until just the color. So make sure the override crosshair shape is on. Set it to circle. Set the weapon crosshair center dot to on, so you get that little center dot. Make sure you set your crosshair radius to 2. Crosshair length to 20, crosshair thickness and crosshair outline thickness to 1. And once you get that is just the in-game settings. Now we're going to go into the Windows settings. This is Windows specifically. Okay. So we're going to go right into the Windows key. You're going to hit settings. You're going to hit system. We're going to click on sound. And when you're in this section, you're going to see that there's outputs, inputs, a bunch of settings. We're going to forget all that, and we're going to scroll down to the advanced section. In the advanced section, you want to make sure you find the setting called more sound settings. This window will pop up. The playback tab is the one that'll be automatically on. This is the one that you want it on. You want to right click the one with the green check, and you want to go into properties. When you go into properties, this is a 50-50 shot as to if you will have the setting or not. If you do not, all you need to do is update your audio driver so that you have the Realtek audio driver, and this should immediately pop up. For all of the other people that I have helped given the setting in game and other people that I've met over the years, I'd say about 80% of the people that I have helped have had this setting already. But again, if you do not, just make sure you update your audio drivers and this setting should pop up. When you get into this window, you're going to make sure you click on the Enhancements tab. Again, that is the Enhancements tab. When you're in here, you're going to find Loudness Equalization. You're going to click it so that it's all highlighted, and you're going to go into the Settings section right underneath it. And this window will pop up. Make sure that the release time is set to short. Click OK. And then make sure that Loudness Equalization is checked. And once you do that, you click Apply and click OK. And then you feel free to close everything out. Once everything is closed out, this is where we're going to go into the NVIDIA control panel. So again, we're going to click the Windows key on our keyboard, and we're going to search up NV, and we're going to hit NVIDIA control panel. Once the NVIDIA control panel pops up, we are going to go and change a bunch of other stuff. So in the Manage 3D settings, this window is going to pop up. We're going to scroll all the way down on it, and there's only a couple of things that we really do need to change in here. Texture filtering dash quality. Again, that's texture filtering dash quality. Make sure that's set to high performance. This takes the anti-aliasing that we set in game up to another level. It tells our graphics card to not really care as much about rendering and just care about performance. Scrolling up a little bit, we're going to go into power management mode. It should be listed right underneath the name of your graphics card. And make sure that's set to prefer maximum performance. Once that one is changed, we're going to scroll up just a little bit, and there's two more that we're going to change. The max frame rate. Make sure you set this to your monitor's refresh rate cap. Now, in the game, we set it to 5 underneath. Here, we're going to set it to the actual cap of your monitor. And if you don't know how to find that, what you're going to do is on the left side of the screen, you're going to click the Change Resolution tab, and this is going to pop up. Make sure that you are not in the Ultra HD, HD, or SD options, and make sure you're specifically under the PC resolutions. Click your native resolution. This could be 1080p. This could be 2550 by 1440p, or it could be a 4K panel. Once you do that, make sure you click the refresh rate and make sure you set it to the highest number possible. Once that's done, make sure you go back to the Manage 3D settings and then scroll back to the max frame rate setting, which is right here for me. And just make sure that you match what you change it to in the other tab. And then once that setting is changed to your maximum frame rate, just go to the setting right above it for low latency mode and just change that to ultra. Awesome. Now that we got that done, now we're going to go to the desktop color settings. Now this whole section, I'm going to shout out Burnt Peanut, the man, the myth, the legend himself. These are his settings. This is something that you guys may have seen on TikTok or some other social medias. This, again, I have to shout out and give credit where credit's due. This is his settings, not mine. I have just used these and they are amazing. So again, we're going to go into the adjust desktop color settings. We're going to go to down here, make sure that the color channel is set to all channels so that you're not hueing it to green, to red, to some of the other colors that you can see right here. And we're going to make sure that we're going to set our brightness to 57%, our contrast to 55%, our gamma is going to be set to 2.19. Again, that's gamma set to 2.19. And lastly is digital vibrance. We're going to make sure that's set to 60%. And never, ever, 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 ever change your hue. Make sure that is set to 0. Once that is done, we can go back into game. And now you have not only probably a free 15 to 20 FPS boost, you can also now see during night raids, and the game is just going to perform much more smoothly than it did before. So Now that that's all said and done, make sure you guys get right into the raids. If you guys like the content that you guys saw, if you guys like the video, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you around at some other point. Later, guys. Take it easy.